And all those watching tonight from beyond our shores, from parliaments and palaces, to those who are huddled around radios in the forgotten corners of the world, our stories are singular, but our destiny is shared. The new dawn of American leadership is at hand.
The news that Barack Obama will be the next president of the United States has been broadly welcomed overseas. The election is perceived as a sea change for American politics, and one that could improve the United States' reputation abroad, though with a dose of skepticism as to how much he can really change. Here in Europe, people on the street were overwhelmingly positive, and New York Times reporters around the world have heard similar sentiments.
I'm totally happy about it. We all have been in a fever of excitement. I am really thrilled and I'm really keen to see what's going to happen with him now. If I would have had the possibility to vote, I would have voted for him too.
This is of historic importance. It is also a victory for the civil rights movement, starting from Abraham Lincoln to Martin Luther King. Their life work was crowned now, and that's what makes me happy.
This is Nazila Fathi in Tehran. In the moments after the news that Barack Obama will be the next president of the United States, most people here in Tehran have reacted with joy. Most people I spoke to recalled Mr. Obama's proposal to hold direct talks with Iranian authorities. People believe that Mr. Obama will be softer on Iran, which they hope will convince Iran to put its hostility aside as well.
I think there will be less tension in the world, less wars, now with the election of Mr. Obama. Considering that he's a Democrat, too, and their policies are much more moderate than the Republicans. I think this election will be positive for Iran, too, because of what Mr. Obama first said. First he said unconditional talks, but then he set some conditions, too. But it'll be better for Iran, too.
I became very happy. He's the first black person who has become a president. He can also improve the image of the United States in the world. It proves that there isn't racial discrimination in the United States.
طبعا احنا نهنئ الرئيس الامريكي الجديد باراك اوباما على الفوز ب
We congratulate the new American president, Barack Obama, for winning the American elections. We hope that the American government will control everything to help the Iraqi people. Not like the previous American government. The last government didn't manage to establish the Iraqi army or a new government.
In my opinion, the foreign policy of the United States is one. I can say that it is the same like a manager and his employees. If one employee left, another will replace him. He can do the same job like the previous employee. So I think that it will be the same policy. Nothing will change.
Democrat and Republican.
This is Jimmy Wang reporting from Beijing. Several hundred Chinese attended a mock voting party co-sponsored by the U.S. Embassy and the American Chamber of Commerce. In addition to introducing Chinese to the American voting process, this experiment in democracy yielded an overwhelming number of ballots cast for Mr. Obama.
A lot of people are voting for Obama because he's like a dream. It's the American dream that everyone has an opportunity to succeed. Obama is of African ancestry. He's black. He lived in obscurity until recently. He's young. He represents hope and change.
This is Jeffrey Gettleman for the New York Times in Kisumu, Kenya. Right now I'm standing in the middle of Barack Obama's ancestral homeland. This morning people went ecstatic when the election results were released, showing that Mr. Obama had won the presidency. People here identify very closely with Mr. Obama. His father came from this area. His father was a member of the Luo ethnic group, which is dominant here. And people here were very disappointed by Kenya's election experience last December, and they had transferred so much hope to Mr. Obama, who's become a hero to many in Kenya and across Africa. Kenya has even declared tomorrow, Thursday, a national holiday to mark the historic significance of what Barack Obama has accomplished.
First of all, I'm very much excited, not to Obama for the first time, not to the black people, or not to the Africans, not to the black Americans. First of all, I'm very much happy to see the white people. They have shown the whole world that they are civilized enough to accept a black man to be a leader in their country.
Odinga Obama.